atoms. So number of carbon atoms in a specific chain, it is represented by the root word. Root word for a chain C1 to C5 or C4, and special root which are used and for chain C5 onwards. So for special chains, root words are mentioning from C5. So these rules must be followed. If suppose root words, if you take the number of carbon atoms in the longest chain, if there is a one carbon, okay, longest chain is there, and a root word we have to mention. Okay, let us take it, one carbon is there. If it is one carbon, it is mith. There are two carbons, ith. If there are three carbons, prop. Four carbons, but. Okay, and five carbons are there, penta. Six carbons are there, hexa. Seven carbons, hepta. Eight carbons are there. Let us take eighth carbon, octa. Nine carbons are there, nona. 10 carbon, deca. Up to 10 carbons, if there are 10 carbons in a chain, okay, it will be represented by deca. If there are 11 carbons in a chain, it will be represented as undeca. Okay. If there are 12 carbons in the chain, it will be dodeca. If there are 13 carbons in the chain, trideca. Okay. 14 carbons, tetradeca. Okay. Tetra means 4. Okay. 14 and 4, tetra 4, deca 10. Okay. 15 are there, pentadeca. Okay. So pental or pentadeca. 16 carbons are there, hexadeca. 17 carbons are there, heptadeca. 18 carbons are there, octadeca. Okay. 18 carbons are there, octadeca. 19 carbons are there, nonadeca. 20 carbons are there. If there are 20 carbons, icos will be considered as icos. If there are 30 carbons, tricont. So tricont, 13 carbons. If there are 40 carbons in a chain, tetracont. Okay, tetracont. If there are 50 carbons in a chain, pentacont. What is that? Pentacont. Okay. If there are 60 carbons in a chain, hexacont. If there are 70 carbons in a chain, heptacont. If there are 80 carbons in a chain, octacont. If there are 90 carbons in a chain, nonacont. If there are 100 carbons in a chain, then it will be hecta. What is that? Hecta. Like this, 100 carbon chains also will get in the future classes. That is the reason why I mentioned. Here always see that, okay, the generic word for a carbon chain is generic word for a carbon chain. It is mentioned here as alkyl. So second one is suffix. What is suffix? You know very well. suffix may be primary suffix, okay, secondary suffix differentiates. Primary suffix or secondary suffix, primary suffix, it indicates the natural carbon chain, saturated or unsaturated. Okay, what is primary suffix? Primary suffix defines what it defines, indicates the nature of carbon chain, whether it is saturated, nature of carbon chain, unsaturated or saturated. So let us take some of the examples for this primary suffix. For saturated, carbon is mentioned like this. Okay, it can form bonds like that. Let us mention it as a saturated one. Okay, and the root word here it is mentioned as alk. Primary suffix is, what will be primary suffix? Ane, and name it will be like alkane. It is the alkane. Example, ethane can be taken as one of the examples. One more example, let us take unsaturated hydrocarbons, unsaturated organic compounds. Okay, the root word here it is mentioned as alk. Primary suffix it is mentioned as ene, hence the name will be, if you take the name, alkene. Okay, and unsaturated alkenes, example, ethene can be taken as best example. Structure, how it looks like, two carbons will be there in between the two bonds are there in between the two carbons. So one more example, let us take one more example. If the three bonds are there in between the two carbons, three bonds are there, then the root word is alk only, and primary suffix is wine. Okay, hence it is alkyne. The name will be alkyne. Example, ethyne. Ethyne can be taken as best example. Got my point, everyone? Say sir, no. If there are more than one carbon, double bond carbon, carbon, triple bond carbon, the terms di, tri, tetra, etc. are used before the primary suffix. Okay, modification of root word can be taken as a consideration. Number of carbons. Okay, let us take one more example. Number of carbons are 4. 4 carbons are there, and normal root word is bute, and modified root word is butol. So how modifications can be done? Like this, butol. If there are 5 carbons, normal word is pentol. Okay, and modified is pentol. Okay, normal word is penta, modified is pentol. So 6 carbons are there, let us take hexa. Now modified word is hexa. Like this we can take as an example. Okay, one example I would like to give to you here. CH2 double bond CH2, CH2 double bond CH, CH and double bond CH2. What is the Iupac name of it? Okay, 4 carbons are there, definitely it is a butane, butol. Okay, numbering it here onwards we have to give 1, 2, 3, 4. So the name of this compound, butadiene, butadiene. Diene in the sense it is a unsaturated carbon compound, double bonds are there. So like that. Continuation is, if you carefully see the next part, secondary suffix, how to represent. Secondary suffix represents the functional group present in the organic molecule. Okay. So secondary suffix helps to mentioning the functional group. This is added to a primary suffix. Functional group can be added here, can be known. At the same time, it is added to the primary suffix. It is added to primary suffix. Okay. Now let us take alcohol is there. Compound name is alcohol is given. Suppose example, alcohol is there. The root word is, what is root word here? Alk. Now what is primary suffix? An. What is secondary suffix? Let us take all. So the name is generic name alcohol. Okay. Alkanol. Okay. Alk, generic name. I am talking about generic name. Alkanol. One more example is there. Saturated alcohol is a saturated organic compound. One more example. Alcohol, unsaturated. C double bond C. Alcohol, C double bond C, unsaturated. Alk group is there. Root word. Primary suffix is en, and secondary suffix ol. Okay. And generic name is alkinol in case of unsaturated. Now let us take one more example. Alcohol unsaturated with triple bond in between the carbons. Alcohol, C triple bond C, unsaturated with 3 bonds in between the carbons. As you know, alk is the root word. Okay. And yn is a primary suffix. All is a secondary suffix. Alkanol is the generic name. Alkanol is a generic name. Let us take one more thing. After alkanol, okay, one more example I would like to take. After this, aldehyde is given. Aldehyde is a compound name and it is a saturated hydrocarbon. So in aldehyde, alk is there as a root word, an is there, an, and al is there, alkanol. So in case of ketone bodies are there, let us take ketone bodies. Ketone bodies, alk is there, an is there, 1 is there, and alkanone. Alkanone is the common name. Okay. Carboxylic group is there, or carboxylic compound is there. Alk is the root word and an is a primary suffix. Oic acid. So hence it is alkanoic acid. Alkanoic acid is the common name. Hence it is a saturated carbon compound with carbon. Okay. Secondary suffixes are used for some important functional groups. So what are those functional groups? I will explain to you. Okay. What are the functional groups for secondary group? Let us take for alcohol again. Alcohol is a class. Let us take the alcohol class. Class alcohol, functional group we have to mention. And it is OH is there. Secondary suffix will be all is there. Okay. And in case of aldehydes, in case of aldehydes, okay, functional group is CHO and Al is given. In case of ketone bodies, ketones, functional group is, okay, C double bond O and 1 is given. In case of carboxylic acids, okay, functional group is COOH and oic acid is the suffix, secondary suffix. And after that, esters are there. Functional group is COOR, okay, and O8 can be given the name to it. After esters, acid chlorides, CONH2 and amide is the secondary suffix, okay. Acid cyanides are there, C triple bond N, and cyanides are nitrile groups, okay. Isocyanides are there, Isocyanides are NC is given, and carbylamine is there. Acid amides are there, CONH2, acid amides, CONH2 is there. And in case of secondary suffix,